Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Mr. Callan here to help you with today's responsibilities on Friday, August 18th, 2023. Presumably, you've already completed today's bell work. I hope at least. You can click right there, write down your bell work. Right here, we are at watching the procedures video before you start looking at today's lessons. All right, so let's get to procedures and ways in this class that this class runs. If you missed the bell work, you can get to that right here. Press pause if you need. Otherwise, let's go on. All right, so reviewing things from yesterday. Materials, 5 materials you need from class. Number 1, your textbook. Number 2, a notebook where almost all of your work is going to go. Number 3, folder or a binder, whichever you prefer. Just make sure that either one of those has some paper in. Number 4, pencils, plural, always have a backup pen. And last but not least, number 5 is that iPad that you are theoretically using right now. Remember that when it comes to rules in this class, I believe very firmly, and we should all believe very firmly in being fair. And a reminder that fair is not the same as equal, right? Um, if you have a question, let me know. But I'm really not too concerned about behaviors in this class. Number 3, anytime you finish any math responsibilities early, you should immediately proceed onto IXL on your iPad. Now that's going to happen, let's say very rarely, but should you have some extra time, use that time. Every second counts in this class to make yourself better. Number 4, you know I adore questions. I will ask every day for questions. That's how much I adore questions. But remember, please, who you would ask first. Ask firstly the person next to you. If neither of you can put your two heads together, ask the people in front of or behind you in your group. You're not walking around class. You're not talking to your best buddy 20 feet away, in your group. And if 3 or 4 people don't know that together, that's when get those hands up. You know I would love to help you. So ask the person next to you, then ask the people in front of you behind you, and finally come see Mr. Callan. I've heard another teacher say, ask 3 before me. I love that thought. All right, Canvas page. I presume you are already there, ladies and gents, but if I could open it up, and I have this in student view, so I'm looking at it like a student. You already know where your online agenda is. That is your key. Of course, you've already gotten there. You're watching this video. Let's see, what else is here? How about the syllabus? Anytime you want to, this is not your main responsibility for today, but you're welcome to skim through this. We got some contact information. We got another source for the online agenda. Look at that. It's all over the place. We got free tutoring that's going to be happening every Wednesday starting this coming week. The 5 materials needed for class. And maybe this could be one of the more intriguing things. Reasons for an accelerated 7th grade pre-algebra class. Theoretically, provided you meet the criteria, you may be ready for a high school credit as an 8th grader. Yes, folks, you could take Algebra 1 and be ahead on your graduation requirements as an 8th grader. Now, it's not the worst case scenario. If this year is a tough struggle for you and you're still missing a few skills before algebra, no worries. You'll take a normal regular 8th grade class and you'll take Algebra 1 in 9th grade, just like a majority of students in the state of Indiana. So it's nice to have options, but if you're very interested in an honors track to get you more challenging classes, possibly interested in scholarships in particular colleges, then this algebra class could be right for you. That's going to depend on this year. Now, at some point, I'll talk to you about meeting those 5 requirements. It's not a mystery. You need to get 3 or more of these 5 requirements. I'll let you read that on your own, but again, that's not your main responsibility. I just wanted to show you, we've talked about the online agenda, and I just showed you where that syllabus is. You could even see resources for the class. That's going to have links for Smart Pass to use the restroom, IXL, that sort of thing. But I think I will leave it at that and get back to other procedures to discuss. Let's see. Oh, and really for today, this is going to wrap it up. I want to talk to you very particularly about 2 amazing learning strategies, and these are good for learning anything: math, science, social studies. They're good for learning soccer positions. They're good for learning musical instruments. Whatever the case, 2 major ways to learn. Number 1, Some people call it similarities and differences. I call it compare and contrast. Whether you do a visual like this, but you're going to say, how is this equation different from this equation? How are they similar? What do they have in common? Number two, summarizing and note taking. And that summary is kind of key because people can write down whatever the teacher says. This is the vocabulary, this is the example. But really, if you can't summarize and put that into your own words, I'm not convinced you've learned it. One major way of summarizing is a step-by-step instructions. If you're looking at homework, what's a step-by-step instructions that would help you with half the homework or with all the homework? Another way of summarizing, two most important things that you learned that day. Another way of summarizing, what did you learn yesterday? How is it connected to today's? So, two great ways of learning, compare and contrast, summarize and note take. We will keep talking about those all year long. Ladies and gents, that's all I have for this quick video. You may at this time commence back to your agenda. I think this one's a little bigger. Either click on number 3 or it's the same video right here. Don't forget when watching Mr. Callan, you may speed up, slow down, rewind. You may have to, if the assignment number is wrong, if the date is wrong, you can change the date that's listed there. I'll try to remind you that as time goes by, if that's a date from a previous year, if that's an assignment number from a previous year. But your date and your assignment number will always be right here on your agenda, ladies and gents. All right, carry on, do well. Let's grow.